multiplexing. Define time division multiplexing. Multiplexing techniques by which multiple of data signals can be transmitted over a common communication channel in different time slots is known as time division multiplexing, TDM. Time division multiplexing. TDM definition. Time division multiplexing is the data signal can transmitted over a common communication channel in different time slots known as time division multiplexing. Next, it allows the division of the overall time domain into various fixed length of time slots. The signal amplitude, instantaneous amplitude after sampled each time you have to get fixed value of length converted into encoded and binary that is time slots. Each data is transmitted a 1-bit length or a 4-bit length or 8-bit length, 8 bits duration of time. A signal frame is said to be transmitted when its all signal components gets transmitted over the channel. The time domain is fixed. A signal frame is said to be transmitted when its all signal gets transmitted. Components are transmitted over the channel. Next is the theory of time division multiplexing. Theory of time division multiplexing allows the transmission of the several signals over a common channel. As we know that multiplexing allows the transmission of several signals over a common channel. One may be needed to differentiate between the various signals for proper data transmission. So in time division multiplexing, complete signal gets transmitted by occupying different time slots. Different time slots are needed. Complete one cycle divided into a time slots to transmitting the whole signal. The name itself is indicated here that basically time division is performed in order to multiplex the multiple data signal. Let us have a look at the figures below in order to have a better understanding. Let us have a look at the figure below in order to have a better understanding of the TDM process, time division multiplexing. Here we have the example for time division multiplexing. As you can see, the source of A, source B, source C wants to transmit data to a common medium. Thus, the signal from these three sources is divided into multiple frames. each having their fixed time slots. They having their fixed time slots. Here, 3 units from each source are taken into taken into consideration taken into consideration of taken into consideration 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 of this consideration source A, source B, source C, and each time frames t duration of time source A transmitting the A1 data. For example, A1 is data for source A and B1 data from source B and C1 data from source C. Those are all the data will be collected from a particular time is called as the frame. The frame is the data bits from different source A1, B1 and C1. A1 from source A, B1 from source B and source C. And this is the way we have to multiplex and transmit it to a common channel, single channel. That is the time division multiplexing working principle. And next time slots source A, the time taken. A2 is the data from A2 data A2 data from A2 data from A2 data from A2 from the source A and B2 from the data source B and C2 from the C2 data from the source C. That all the data will be collected and transmitted to a frame. Transmitted multiplex them, those data are multiplex them and transmitted to a common channel. That is the frame is 2 is equal to A2 B2 C2 is called as the frame 2. A2 B2 and C2, that is the frame 2. And similarly we have to take the time duration of next time to collected the data from the signal source A, that is the data is equal to A3. And next same time duration collecting the same time period we have to collecting the data B2 from the source B. And similarly we have to collected the data from C3. We have to collected the data from C3 from source C. All the three data are multiplexed them. Three data signals are multiplexed them that we have to collected the data is A3. The data is equal to A3 and B3 and C3. That is the overall basic principle of the time division multiplexing. Those who are sending the sequentially serially by the frame 1 and frame 2 and frame 3, and the data will be collected at a different stages and multiplexer. This is the basic working principle of a time division multiplexing. As we can see that source A, source B and source C wants to be transmitted through a common medium. Thus the signal from the three sources is divided into multiple frames, each having their fixed time slots. However, 3 units from each source are taken into consideration. There are 3 units from each source are taken into consideration that jointly from the actual signal, that is jointly from taken as that signal, uh, jointly taken from the signal. This is the basically structure of a time division multiplexing frames, frame 1, frame 2 and frame 3. And next slides, you have to move to the next slides. We see, as we can see, that sources of ABC wants to transmitted through a common medium. The signal from the 3 sources is divided into multiple frames, each having their fixed time slots. Here, 3 units from each source are taken into consideration that jointly from the occurring. Then we have to frame is transmitted at a time that is composed of 1 unit of each source, as these units are entirely different from each other. Thus, the chance of unnecessary signal mixings can be eliminated. Then we have to move the next slides. A frame is transmitted at a time that is composed on 1 unit of each frame source, as the units of entirely as the unit of entirely as per units are entirely different from each other. Thus, the chance of unnecessary signal mixings can be eliminated. When a frame gets transmitted over a particular time of slots, each particular time of slots we have to transmitted the data. The frame, the next frame uses the same channels, next data of next within the frame. What are the data is there, that is the transmitted through the same channel to get transmitted, and the process is further repeated. The process will be going on reproducible or further repeated until the completion of the until the completion of the until the completion of the transmission under the completion of the transmission under the completion of the transmission. Then we have to move to the next slide. However, here we have to take the example of 3 different sources, but one can confirm multiplex of a n source signal. It is not worthy here that units of single source must be equivalent to the total number of source signals to be transmitted. Both analog and digital signal can be multiplexed. Here you can use both analog and digital signal can be multiplexed using the time division multiplex, but it is processing techniques allows the multiplexing of digital signals conveniently rather than analog ones. Then we have to move to the next slide. Next slide is, then we have to basically the block diagram of time division multiplexing as shown in figure. The figure shows the block diagram of time division multiplexing system employing both the transmitter and receiving section. Here they are having the time division multiplexing. 2 commutators are required. One is the single commutator, another one is decommutator. Then we have to message signal M1 of t and M2 of t are taken the messages after n message signal. After then we have to given to this low pass filter, n low pass filter. The basically low pass filter is doing the process of converting the eliminating the eliminating the low pass eliminating the high frequency component. It allows the low frequency components of the signal given to this commutator. Commutators are two switches are required. One is commutator switches is selecting the sampled signal. You have to sampling the all the message signal. Each sample taking the first sample of the first signal and rotate to the second signal. We have to sample next signal sample point, and third signal we have to select the third sample point, and fourth sample point up to n sample point are selected. It is rotating the switch is collecting the rotation of the signal is rotating this sample. After that we have to using this time pulses. Each pulses we have to transmitting the binary switches of the binary data commutator, and pulse amplitude modulation. The pulse amplitude modulation PAM, and next is equal to pulse amplitude modulation. We have to time pulses according to the bits. We have to bits we have to selected this bits we have to transmitted the after pulse amplitude modulation. These pulses are amplitude and collecting this by using this any techniques we have to use pulse amplitude modulation or PCM or pulse code modulation, or we have to any pulse code delta modulation, adaptive delta modulation, any digital types of modulation techniques used here. Pulse amplitude modulation is amplitude carrier of the amplitude signal is varied in accordance with the message signal amplitude. Then we have to time pulses is given to the common channel. We have to transmit it to the output of the pulse amplitude modulation is given to the common channel. That common channel is communication of this common channel to then given to these time pulses. According to the time we have to recover the whole signal. The communication channel is different communication channel. After that pulse amplitude demodulation. Here modulated the signal. He modulated with the high frequency carrier signal to modulate the message signal. Then we have to go to the pulse amplitude demodulation to recover this demodulated at the same carrier frequency what we had individual signal is received time pulses. At the decommutator is rotating the switch. Decommutator is rotating the switch is selected to the decommutator is the sample voltage of each input signal sample voltage. At the same time you have to switch will be here commutator will be rotated in clockwise direction, and decommutator will be rotated in the anti-clockwise. This will be rotated in the anti-clockwise direction of this anti-clockwise direction by commutator, and the decommutator is rotated by the clockwise direction to each sample voltage collected by the same time. At the receiving end the data will be given to the low pass filter first message signal amplitude and for particular time, and second signal having the next where the sample voltage is collected by the second signal by given to the second low pass filter and third low pass filter up to n low pass filters. This collecting of this signal at the low pass filter, this low pass filter will be taken as low pass filter. This low pass filter eliminating the high frequency component to get the eliminating the high frequency component, we have to get the low frequencies. That recovery the message signal is taken as the m of t and m2 of t and mt of t up to mn of t. This is the basic block diagram of time division multiplexing. and then we have to go to this by this taken as a pulse amplitude modulation and next sample voltage. This technique efficiently utilizes the complete channel for data transmission, hence sometimes known as used for PAM pulse amplitude modulation and time division time division time division time division modulation, pulse amplitude modulation and time division modulation. This is so because a time division multiplexing system uses the pulse amplitude modulation, time division time division multiple time division multiplexing and modulation techniques. And time division multiplexing system uses the pulse amplitude modulation. In this modulation techniques, each pulses holds the each pulses pulse amplitude modulation pulse amplitude modulation and pulse amplitude modulation and pulse amplitude modulation selected by the pulse amplitude modulation and time division. This is also because the time division multiplexing system uses the pulse amplitude modulation. In this modulation techniques, each pulses holds some short time duration and allowing the maximal channel usage. And here at the beginning the system is consisting of multiple low pass filter depending on the number of data inputs. Multiple of low pass filter depending upon the multiple low pass filter depending upon the number of data inputs. This low pass filter are basically anti-aliasing filter. These low pass filters are basically anti-aliasing filter that eliminate the aliasing of the data input signal. Aliasing means we have to maintain the f of s message sampling frequency must be greater than the equal to the twice of 2 fm. This is we have to maintain this sampling condition, otherwise the aliasing effect will be occur. Aliasing effect will be occur. Due to the overlapping of the frequency signals, due to the overlapping of the signal due to the overlapping of the signal, that is the overlapping of the signal. Here the system consisting of multiple low pass filter depending on the number of data inputs. This low pass filter are basically anti-aliasing filters that eliminates the aliasing of the data input signal. Aliasing of the distortion may be occur when we have to maintain the condition is f of is less than the sampling condition. Then we have to go to the output of the low pass filter. is then fed to the commutator. Each output of the low pass filter circuit is connected to this commutator switch. It is a rotary switch. It is a rotary switch commutator switch. A low pass filter is commutator switch. As per the rotation of the commutator, the samples of the data inputs are collected by it. As per the rotation, each rotation of the sample point of the commutator, the samples of 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 rotation of this samples of the rotation of the sample point we have to get the rotation of this low pass commutator is as per the rotation of the commutator. The samples of the data inputs are collected by it. Samples of the data inputs are collected by it. Here f of s is the rate of rotation of the commutator. F of s rotation with a commutator thus denotes as the sampling frequency of the system. Then your f of s is greater than or equal to 2 times of f of m. Suppose we have n data inputs. Suppose we have n data inputs, then one after the other, then n input data. Suppose we need to n input data, then one after other according to the rotation of the data will be collected by the each samples. This data inputs after getting multiplexed. And transmitted over a common channel. We have to over the common channel. Next we have to go to the maintain this condition for any techniques. Then we have to go to the next slides. Then we have to go to the next slides. We have to move to the next slide. We have to move to this next slide here. After output of low pass filter, maintain this n input data. Then we have to go to the next slide at the common channel. After transmitting of the common channel, now at the receiving end, the commutator is placed that is synchronized with the commutator. The commutator is placed that is synchronized with the commutator at the transmitting end. This decommutator is separate the time division multiplexing signal. Decommutator separates the time division multiplexed signal at the receiving end. Then commutator and decommutator must have some rotational speed, to collect in the samples of beta, some rotation of the speed, so as to have accurate demultiplexing of the signal. Of the signal at the receiving end. At the receiving end means we have to collecting the individual signal what we are transmitting the message signal. Then the samples are collected by this low pass filter, and then original data input is recovered at the receiver. Here we are sampling rate must be a second 8000 samples. Each sample bits are converted into a 8 bit. That we have to basically, when we are using the PCM, each PCM is collecting the sample voltage of 8 bit. each sample voltage of the whole signal, each magnitude of particular time slot C1 have to magnitude sample voltage that 8 bit into signal, overall signal is sample is 8000, total is 64 kilobits, 64 kbps bits are transmitted per second, that is the bandwidth of that signal in using the PCM. After that we have to give into the quantizer, and quantizer is number of levels. If it is 8 bit data we have to transmit it, the quantizer levels we have to use 2 to the power of 5, L is equal to the power of means 0 to 256 volts, 0 volts to plus 255 volts, and 0 to minus 255 volts. Within the range you have to step size or increases, step sizes or increases, and the commutator and decommutator. Here we have to data rate. Then after we have to the bandwidth of the data transmitted to a common channel. Then we have to go to this next slide. For next slide we have to see this. In this way we have to time division multiplexing works. Let us do that. F of m be the maximum signal frequency, and f of s is the sampling frequency. F of s is the sampling frequency, P of s is the maximum sampling frequency. P of s is less than or equal to 1 by 2 times of f of m. Thus the time duration in between the successive samples is given. The time duration in between the time duration in between the successive samples are given. Successive samples of the time duration is successive samples are given. We have to rewrite in terms of you have to rewrite in terms of f of m. Now as we have considered that there are n input channels, and then one sample is collected for each of the n samples, means there is n input channels, then one sample is collected from each of the n sample. This is the way we have to maintain the conditions, and we have to move to the next slide. Is here the time division multiplexing signal pulse. For the time division multiplexing signal pulses per second is in the signaling rate, denotes as R. If bit rate is equal to R is equal to n into f of s. N is equal to number of sample bits, and f of s is the sampling rate or sampling frequency. You can calculate how many bits it is. N is equal to 1 bit or 2 bit or 4 bit or 8 bit or 16 bit or 32 bit or 64 bits. In this way we have to time division signals are pulses per second is the signaling rate. The R is equal to n into capital N into f of s. You can calculate the bit rate. We can calculate the bit rate. 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 Calculate the bit rate of this sampled bit rate. Can find out the bandwidth. RB is equal to n samples into f of s. Sampling frequency n is equal to number of bits. Then we have to to the next slides. What are the advantages of time division multiplexing? Here advantages of time division multiplexing to simply to designing of the circuit. Circuit designing very simple to construct to transmission of the signal. The simply we have to simply construct to the circuit. The basic advantage simple to construct the device, the circuit design. It uses the entire channel bandwidth for the transmission of the signal. It uses entire channel bandwidth for the transmission of the signal, and we have to collecting the channel bandwidth. The bandwidth is entire the signal for transmission of the signal. The problem of this the main problem of the intermodulation distortion is not present in time division multiplexing. The problem of intermodulation distortion is not present in time division multiplexing. The pulses and overlapping can be sometimes causes crosstalk. Due to the overlapping of the signals, some distortion will be occurred, that is the crosstalk. But it can be reduced by utilizing the guard time. And the time is to maintain separation of this any two signals. Anywhere two signals we have to maintain utilize the guard time. But it can be reduced by utilizing the guard time. That is the to maintain the pulses between the non-overlapping, to maintain this guard band time. Thus it is thus not much serious in time division multiplexing. Then next that we have to go to the next some disadvantages of time division multiplexing. The transmitting and the receiving section must be properly synchronized in order to have proper signal transmission and reception. And synchronization will be done. Synchronization will be done in between in order to signal transmission and reception. The transmitting and receiving the transmitting section and receiving section must be properly synchronized in order to have proper signal transmission and reception we have to maintain. That's the main disadvantage over the time division multiplexing. Slow narrow band fading can be wipe out all the time division multiplexing channel. Slow narrow band fading can be wipe out all the time division multiplexing channels. These are the basically we have to construct this. Basically we have to construct this narrow band pulses, and we have to go to the next slide is applications. So what are the applications are there? The main applications of a time division multiplexing. Time division multiplexing finds its applications. Time division multiplexing finds its applications mainly in digital communication system. Second point is used in time division multiplexing used in cellular signal to customer cell phone, cellular radio signal. This can be also used in cellular radio signal, and also transmitted and also use this technique for most of this technique. Time division multiplexing for in satellite communication system. It can used for this satellite communication system, the digital communication system, and also used in cellular radio system, and used in satellite communication system. And we have to maintain this time division multiplexing finds key main applications, and also used in PSDN public telephone networks techniques is implemented, and also you can use computer networks to sharing the information. This is the way we have to communicating the signal. When we have to communicating the signals, we have to go to these applications, and we have to move this. Again we have to go to the previous what we have to main define this time division multiplexing techniques, which multiple of data signals can be transmitted over a common communication channel in different time slots, known as a time division multiplexing. The multiplexing techniques by which multiple of data signals can be transmitted and over our communication channel we have needed. Next, it allows the division of the overall time domain into various fixed length of the time signal. It allows to division of the overall time domain and into various fixed length of the time slots. Means each bit have to transmit a specific time. Second bit have to allocate a next specific time, and the third bit allocated a specific time. The goes and time is increases, the data will be added. Then we have to go to the frames. Each signal transmitted through a frame. A single frame is said to be transmitted. A single frame is said to be transmitted when its all signal components gets transmitted over the channel. Means a single frame, first frame, second frame, third frame. A single frame is said to be transmitted when its all signals components get transmitted over the channel. Next we have to go to this time division multiplexing allows for transmission of several signals over a common channel. However, one may be needed to differentiate between the various signals for proper data transmission. So the time division multiplexing complete signals gets transmitted by occupying a different time slots. The name itself is indicated here that basically time division is performed in order to multiplex and multiple data signals. Performed in order to multiplex and multiple data signals. Let us have look at the figure below in order to have a better understanding of the time division multiplexing process. Then we have to see that basically time division multiplexing working principle, common channel here. We can, as we see that the sources of A, B, C wants to transmit the data to a common medium. The signal from the three sources divided into multiple frames, each having their fixed time slots. The units of each sources are taken into considerably that jointly forms the actual signal. Therefore, we have to source A, source B, source C. Fixed time we have to send the A1 data from source A, B1 data from source B, C1 data from source C, and that is acting as a frame. A1 data, B1 data, C1 data is the frame 1, and the second data will be collected another sample signal from the another sample signal from the first signal is A2 data, and collecting the B2 data from the source B, and collecting the data C2 from source 3, to collecting the whole data is equal to A2, B2, C2, that having the frame 2. We have to collecting the data A2, B2 and C2, that is the collection of the data by the frame 2. Similarly, we have to transmitting the data from source A, taking the time data A3 data from source A, B3 data from source B, and C3 data from source C. All the data will be collected to multiplex by A2, A3, B3 and C3, that is the frame 3. All those frames are multiplexed, transmitted to a common channel. That common channel we have to receive at the common channel. Then we have to go to the next step. As we see that source ABC wants to transmit data through a common medium, the signal from the three sources is divided into multiple of frames, each having their fixed time slot, and here 3 units from each sources are taken into consideration that jointly forms the actual signal. A frame is transmitted at the time that is composed of 1 unit of each source. As these units are entirely different from each others, thus the chance of unnecessary signal mixing can be eliminated. Then we have to taken the example of 3 different sources, but one can perform multiplexing of n source signals, and it is not worth here that units of the signal source must be equivalent to the total number of source signals to be transmitted. Both analog and digital signal can be multiplexed. Both analog and digital signals can be multiplexed using the time division multiplexing, but its processing techniques allows the multiplexing of digital signals conveniently rather than analog one. There we have to go to this basically time division block diagram of this. Block diagram of this signal is time division multiplexing system, consisting of a various components is low pass filter, commutator switch, it is a rotary switch, decommutator is a rotary switch at the receiving end, commutator switch at the transmitting end. When you are using the pulse amplitude modulation, according the pulses, according the samples, you have to recover the sampling point message signal, low pass filter message signal M1, M2 up to M1, and commutator signals. Pulse amplitude modulation is sample recovered, and by using any techniques here. If it is pulse amplitude modulation, message signal modulated, carrier of the amplitude is varies according to the message signal amplitude. After the amplitude, we have transmitted to the communication channel. After transmitted the physically transmitted the information, and again demodulated the signal at the demodulator. Then we have to using the another decommutator. Commutator is a rotary switch, decommutator is another rotary switch. It will be rotated in the anti-clockwise direction, and decommutator will be rotated in clockwise direction. Then whole we have to recovering the information after each sample voltage is taken by the low pass filter. Here at the receiving end, collected by the one rotation of the signal for collecting the how many signals are 2 3 n signals n samples. Then next samples, if it is 3 signals, first voltage of the first signal, second voltage of the next time of the second signal voltage, next time of the third signal voltage. For one revolution is completed, again will be first signal will be sampled at the next time of the sample voltage, second voltage, and similarly second source, similarly third source, to collecting the whole data. Then we have to collecting this whole data by the low pass filter to recover the original signal at the message signal 1, message signal 2 up to n. We have to maintain the condition sampling frequency must be greater than equal to twice of the highest message signal. That condition we have to properly maintain. The distortion will be overcome. There is no distortion will be occurring. This is the time division multiplexing.